Hi, I'm Amy and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about mineral sunscreen versus chemical sunscreen and which is the one to use on your face if you have melasma, along with a couple of sunscreen recommendations. Please keep watching. Before I get started, I just want to thank my subscribers. If you are new to Invest in Your Face, I have melasma and post videos about ways to cover it up, manage, treat, and avoid triggers. If these topics interest you, please hit the subscribe button. I really appreciate it. Okay, on to the topic of sunscreens. If there is only one thing you do to manage or treat your melasma, it needs to be sunscreen. It protects against the #1 trigger for melasma, sun exposure. It helps minimize the pigment of your melasma patches from darkening, and it's even more important if you are using a melasma treatment such as a depigmenting agent because they increase the skin's sensitivity to the sun and in turn potentially make the melasma worse. So, either which way, sunscreen throughout the day is super important. I am currently about halfway through an 8-week course of a cream made up of tretinoin and hydroquinone. Please check out that video. So it seems fitting to talk about sunscreen. Let's break it down and talk about the different types of sunscreen and which is the best for the face when it comes to melasma. So both mineral and chemical sunscreens provide broad spectrum protection against harmful UVA and UVB rays. Mineral sunscreen is also referred to as physical sunscreen. The differences between mineral and chemical sunscreens lie in the ingredients and how they protect the skin. Think of it like this. Mineral sunscreen protects by forming a physical barrier, that's the physical sunscreen, on the surface of the skin that helps to reflect the UV rays away from the skin. And chemical sunscreen penetrates the top layers of the skin to absorb the UV rays. So the chemical UV filters absorb damaging UV rays before they can damage the skin. So which is better? For melasma, the American Academy of Dermatology recommends a mineral sunscreen that offers SPF of 30 or more and zinc oxide and or titanium dioxide to physically limit the effect of the sun's rays on your skin. So the FDA recently proposed new sunscreen regulations which say that only 2 sunscreen actives are considered safe and effective: zinc oxide and titanium dioxide. This is huge. And before I talk about zinc oxide and titanium dioxide, I want to talk a little bit about chemical sunscreen ingredients to show why this is so huge and why I have made the decision to change all of my sunscreen for both face and for body to mineral sunscreens. So over 40 years ago, the FDA grandfathered in active sunscreen ingredients, and more recently, the FDA proposed significant changes on how sunscreen ingredients are evaluated for safety because there are concerns about potential health and environmental hazards associated with the chemical filters. So to avoid getting off topic and having this video go on way longer than needed, I'll just sum it up by saying there are toxicity concerns about the chemical sunscreen actives since they are absorbed into the skin. So the 2 main ones that pose high toxicity concerns are oxybenzone and octinoxate. And you may have heard about how Hawaii recently banned these 2 sunscreen ingredients because of its effects on coral reef and local fish. So chemical sunscreens typically include a combination of 2 to 6 chemical active ingredients that I will list on the screen instead of saying them to spare you because they are a mouthful. Again, I am sticking with mineral sunscreen for me and my family because there is a concern even with oxybenzone-free sunscreens because some of the alternate filters also pose potential problems. I think it is beneficial to read ingredient labels because there are also sunscreens on the market that contain both mineral filters such as zinc oxide with chemical filters. So let's talk about zinc oxide and titanium dioxide. Zinc oxide mineral sunscreen is recommended by dermatologists for people with sensitive skin. It does not sting and can actually help soothe skin inflammation. And I will add that non-irritating products in general are important for melasma. So zinc oxide is often paired with titanium dioxide. I read titanium dioxide described as a mineral as old as the earth. Now it is especially beneficial to sunscreen because it does not discolor or degrade when exposed to UV light. It too has a low chance of irritation. But for people who have skin that is extremely sensitive to sunscreens, like my husband, most times it's a sensitivity or allergic reaction to an inactive ingredient. And again, I recommend reading the drug facts on the label, but reading that long list of inactive ingredients may not necessarily help because the culprit may not be known. If this is the case for you, I recommend using a zinc oxide titanium dioxide sunscreen specifically formulated for babies. Super gentle. And when you find one that works for your skin, stick with it. I want to share and recommend 2 mineral sunscreens that are free of chemical actives that I have been using by CeraVe. I continue to be impressed by this line. I was in Southern California recently, and these 2 sunscreens were my go-tos along with my sun hat that I featured in one of my videos. Please check that one out. Okay, the first sunscreen is CeraVe Hydrating Sunscreen Face Lotion SPF 50 with titanium dioxide 9% and zinc oxide 7%. It's new, it is 100% mineral sunscreen, and like many CeraVe products, it has the following: 3 essential ceramides that help restore skin's natural barrier and lock in moisture, hyaluronic acid to help retain skin's natural moisture, niacinamide which helps calm and soothe skin, and another thing I like with regards to melasma, it is fragrance free and gentle on the skin. Now I will say, because the ingredients stay on the surface of the skin, there is a tendency to form a white cast which can be problematic, and you will often experience this with zinc oxide. I like this product, but I did hesitate about recommending it in a video because I read some of the reviews of this product and quite a few consumers gave it the thumbs down because of the white cast. But I really like this product. I am wearing it now under my makeup so that you can see the finish with how I apply it. So my application tip is to apply it to a small area of the face at a time. I place the amount that I want on my face into my palm, and then I pick up a small amount with my fingertips and massage it thoroughly into the skin, small areas of the face at a time until the entire face is covered. Instead of spreading it all over the face at one time like you would with say a moisturizer. So when applied this way, it blends in and settles nicely. I really like this sunscreen, but for darker skin tones, the white cast may be too much regardless of the way it's applied. But have no fear, I have another recommendation that I think will work better for most and provides all the goodness of the previous face lotion. It is CeraVe Hydrating Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 30 Face Sheer Tint with titanium dioxide 5.5% and zinc oxide 10%. This one is also brand new. The tint allows for a nice natural finish and absolutely none of the white cast. But to say one more thing about this one, when I am in direct sunlight, like out on the beach or on a boat, I actually don't mind a bit of white cast. It's obvious that I would be wearing sunscreen when out in direct sunlight, and I like that I can see that the sunscreen is where it needs to be. And for me, that's here and here. But any other time, yes, I do not want to scream. I have zinc oxide all over my face. So I really appreciate that CeraVe offers this tinted option. I hope this information has been informative and helpful. I will put links for the CeraVe sunscreens in the description box below. Another thing I like about this line is that it is affordable and can be conveniently purchased at most stores such as Walmart, Target, your local drugstores, and even grocery stores. And speaking of convenient places to purchase, I am always happy to see any of my go-to sunscreens at TJ Maxx and Marshall's. Who doesn't love a great find at a great price? Just be sure to check expiration dates. Again, ideally, I recommend sunscreen containing 100% natural minerals, titanium dioxide and zinc oxide with no chemical filter ingredients, and use it daily and reapply every couple of hours to minimize sun exposure to help manage or treat your melasma. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps to promote my channel. And if you know someone with melasma that may benefit from this video, please share it. Thanks for watching and for taking the time to invest in your face.